run them? So run the OpenMP example and MPI examples.
Okay.
So first 30 minutes or so you can do the practice test out. I'll upload the PDFs also, the slides, just a few minutes.
I have a small doubt. Can I ask now?
Yeah.
In assembly level, how does this a parallel process work? Like,
So remember, everything else remains the same. It's just that your code is running parallelly on multiple systems. Otherwise, it's the same process. It's the same. The compilation. It's actually MPICC is nothing but a wrapper on top of GCC. Okay, so everything else almost remains the same. So,
but like,
what's your
how is
exact
it?
question? So, what do you mean by assembly level? How does parallel? So,
Like,
ultimately,
if I'm writing in assembly.
Oh, you want to write parallel program in assembly language?
Yes, ma'am.
No, that is well, that may be a little tricky. As in, we want to so we have so we need some way of constructing this whole communication paradigm, right? Within so that two different hardwares, two different systems can talk. Okay. So if you want to write, I mean, of course you can. That would be really tedious, right? So think about a broadcast. You want to send message from one system to another 10 or 12 different systems. So it would be a little harder to program that, right?
I mean, like, will there be more instructions? Let's say we are using a RISC-V processor itself, and yeah, the processor has multiple cores. So will it be different? ISA will the ISA be different?
No, not at all. That's what I'm saying. Everything else remains the same, right? But the programming ease is what you get using these libraries.
So there is
The ISA is not at all different. No, it's exactly the same hardware you are running. You are exactly running the same assembly language code, right? That's what your hardware understands. It runs on the same hardware. You run the sequential code as well as MPI code on the very same hardware. The hardware doesn't understand anything other than that ISA, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So there's no, I mean, like, is there any particular interrupt or anything we can use to make it
So of
parallel?
course you will have to write to the network device, you will have to write to the, you know, IO device, you have to do all that constructions yourself. That's a bit tedious, right?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Try, try disassembling the executable. You'll get the answer.
Ma'am, I had a question.
Uh-huh.
In question number in 1.c and 2.c, both are giving same result. That is simple. That is giving same result. But what is the meaning of number of threads in environment? Means setting the number of threads in environment means. Can you?
So setting the number of threads is what is basically you are telling that, okay, I want 4 different execution contexts, 4 different threads running. What
That
was
is
your question?
that is happening in first question 1.c also. But in 2.c, you are saying that number of threads in environment. So what is that environment means here?
Oh, 1 second. 2.c. Hold on.
OpenMP.
1 second.
Both are giving same result 4.
No, that's let me 1 second. So you are talking of 1.c, 2.c. 2.c is 2.c. I have explicitly said that num threads is 4. And 1.c, I have not said anything. Okay, so both are giving same result in your system because you have 4 logical cores.
Okay.
Do LSCPU and see the number of logical cores. So if you see the output of LSCPU, there is a 4th line, it says CPUs, right? It will show you the
Yes.
number of logical cores. It's probably 4 in your case.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, can you explain the difference between the logical CPUs and virtual cores? I mean, in some cases, if I
Virtual cores are the same thing. I mean, you can think of them as the number of different execution context the processor is capable of handling. So if you have a hyper-threaded Intel processor core, which means you can run 2 thread context, execution context, right? So you may have 6 physical cores and 2 two threads capable of being run on these cores. So the OS to the OS, it is 2 cores. Okay, so these we call as 2 logical cores. So total is 12. So you need to see the specification of your hardware, whatever Intel AMD you are using.
so that means 2 threads can be run parallelly.
It seems to you in parallel, so there can be 2 different execution contexts that it's capable of handling and that the hardware takes care of. It seems to you that it's almost in parallel. Okay.
Ma'am, but in that
Some
case,
of the resources are shared. Okay, so you must have already studied all the hardware resources probably. So some of the resources is shared. So the system, the BlueGene Q system, it's actually a 4-way SMT. Okay, so in that they used to run many jobs used to run 4 threads. So 16 cores, 4 threads, 64 threads, and many applications got very good speed up. So it depends on the application a bit. And now you have some integer units, some floating point units, and so on. If your application has a mix of certain instructions, you may get good speed up.
Oh,
Ma'am, in the case of 1.c, since you've not specified any number of processes, so it's taking the maximum one, that the maximum of one which are present in
It
my
usually,
system.
yeah, it usually takes whatever is the number of logical cores in your system. Is
Okay,
that what
ma'am.
you're getting also?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
by the way, where are the PDFs?
I'm just uploading them. Just 1 second.
They are there on the general files.
Where? I mean, on the chat section or somewhere else?
In the Teams general files.
I have not yet uploaded the PDFs.
Actually, I'm using them.
Huh.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am, what command did you use to sort the output?
SORT, sort.
Yeah.
This is probably taken from the presentation because I have not uploaded. But anyways, it's there under general, looks like.
Ma'am, what's the syntax for declaring the variable atomic?
Let me write it here. Check the channel. What is the objective of the codes in MPI 1.hello.c, which has a 30-second sleep timer? Sleep timer is so that you can check the processes. Because these codes are really small, they'll execute within a second. So if you want to check the process using the ps command, that's why I put a sleep there. So to send.c, that is a sample code for send receive. What is the question actually? What is the objective of the codes in MPI? The first is really like a warm-up code, and the second one is a send receive code.
Ma'am, can you explain 5.c of OpenMP?
Just a minute. Five. This is what we saw in the class, which is which part? The parallel part?
No, means you are saying dividing the data and for calculations. So how that is happening? It's just because there are so many variables, I could not.
No. So we are only dividing the data and collecting the local sum here. And here, I mean, really, you can implement in any way. You can change the variables. So here there is a variable called data per thread, which is just it's like a the number of elements that each thread is responsible for. So since we have number of threads equal to num underscore threads, and so n is the total array size. So n by num underscore threads. What else did you want to know? Can you be more specific? Do you want me to explain line by line?
No, I not wanted to line by line, but
Which exactly? What is exactly the issue or the question?
so see, I have only 4 codes. So what is the input argument I should give? So I could.
Oh, input the n. N is the number of elements in your array.
Okay. So I was assuming that what should I give so that I could realize what is happening there. So that is why I asked you.
Okay.
Someone else also mentioned this in chat. In 4.c, we are getting like even we comment out private thread ID comma x, we are getting it like in a proper order. The values are
Of
matching.
course, you can get a proper order also, but that doesn't mean the code is correct. Or you run 100 times, maybe 200 times, I don't know, but you may get. And so the improper, so it's a, I mean, you understand, right? It's a matter of when which thread is executed and when which printf is going to.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So I
So
tried
you can
increasing
get
the
a
number
proper
of
order. That's
threads
not
to.
that's nothing surprising. So you can get a proper order also.
Okay, so it can always be the thread ID and X matched perfectly without
Yeah,
any gaps.
which means there was no interleaving, and so everything worked out fine. It's just
Okay. I tried setting a very high value of number of threads, like around 1024 or something. Even though I have only like eight threads possible, even then it seems to be matching. So I thought probably there's some kind of optimization which is going on automatically, which takes that
what
into
kind of optimization?
like it takes
It's just not
takes the
getting
race
context
condition.
switched out, probably. It's the queues, the print, whatever commands are in the proper order.
Okay.
There's not much optimization here to do, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about optimization in terms of the race condition. Like probably they are doing some. They are assuming the private statements
No.
or
How?
no,
Who is they here? First of all,
the compiler,
compiler is assuming what? The
the
compiler will
private
not assume
statement.
until and unless you specify. It's not going to assume anything. No.
Okay, ma'am.
So everyone is able to run all the OpenMP codes and MPI codes.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, or you're still
We are still in MPI.
yeah, okay. Please continue.
I'm facing an issue. I can compile the second MPI code, the send.c,
Hmm.
but running it, it's giving error. I'm sending you the error. It's telling bad termination of one of your application.
How are you running the, what is the command? Can you share that as well?
Dots.
What? Dot slash? No. Look at the PDF, look at the slide. It's MPI run. So let me just,
Dot/a dot. Just wait.
no, are you using MPI run? I was not able to hear you. What was that? Oh, so you need to specify two because there are two processes here. You cannot run with one. So by default, this is one process.
Oh, okay.
Ma'am, in 2.c, if I enter the number of threads as 0, it still prints hello world one times. And in case of 1 also, why in case of 0 it is printing then? By default it is taking number of threads as 1 only.
Hi Sahib, what was your question? Can you please repeat?
Hi, Nikunj here. It was my question. So
Okay.
basically in 2.c, as I am in offset number of threads parameter, I am passing 0 there. Okay. So it is giving me it is considering as by default one thread only because it is printing hello world one times. And in case of number of thread as 1, then also it is printing same. So why in case of 0 it is printing once? Like, is it by default taking 1 only number of threads?
Yes, I think 0 is an invalid argument for NP. So it might be taking the default value, I think, 1.
Okay. And for example, if I enter negative value,
That might also be some, I think, invalid.
I'll just see this. It is still taking as, it is not invalid, it is taking as one thread only, means like once it is printing. Like, why is this case for negative values and 0? Should
I
we
think,
actually put a check?
yes, I think this
Basically
is,
been overridden. That's all is happening. There's some checks always, right, in place. You can't arbitrarily set whatever you want.
It's like
There's some
in case
checks.
of okay, like for example, in LS CPU my threads per core is 1. Okay, so like in the first case 1.c, if I am not mentioning the number of threads, so by default it is taking as 4 only. Is it no?
Can you please repeat? So LS CPU number of threads per core is 1. What do you mean? The number of logical cores is 1.
Just a minute, I'll tell. See, in LSCP, threads per core is 1 in my system. Okay.
Okay, threads per core is 1. That's fine. But what is the number of CPUs?
CPUs is 4. So it's like in the 1.c, if we have not mentioned the number of threads
Yeah, so
explicitly,
it should
so it is
4.
okay. And I'm like in 2.c, like I have changed the number of threads to 0
Huh.
and I've taken negative value also. So why it is by default taking as 1 only?
It's probably being overridden.
Overridden, like in what sense? Like, is it
So you're giving invalid arguments, right? You cannot have 0 thread. You always have 1 thread at least.
so there should be a check for that?
If you don't specify any, like any execution, any threading, you have one execution context at least. How can you have zero execution context? Outside the parallel region, there is one execution context. You cannot have zero execution context.
So, okay.
For the first MPI program, when I'm increasing the number of processes greater than the number of cores I have, then it giving me hello world multiple times in the same line. Why is it that?
Hello, can you please repeat the question?
So if you have completed the exercises, you can move on to the first assignment, which is basically you need to modify the code slightly so that you can get the global sum outside the parallel region. Hmm?
Excuse me, I have a doubt. Like, I think I'm making an error in the comments. So, can I confirm?
What error you are getting?
Yeah. So first I put as mpacc hyphen no p2.x2.send.c, and then for executing I used mpi run hyphen np 4.p2.x.
Can you post these commands into the channel?
Sure. I'm getting bad termination of one of your applications.
Is the compilation successful?
The compilation worked while executing. When I use mpi run, it is saying bad termination of one of your application processes.
Use np2 once. I mean, instead of 4, use 2.
I think we have to pass the argument also for the second program.
Yeah,
Two
how
arguments.
do I pass 2 arguments? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
One.
there is.
One. Yeah, buffer size and count, I think you have to pass.
Like, what will be the command? mpi run, then?
Same command. In the last, you should append the arguments only.
Okay.
Where can I find the assignment question?
Was your error resolved? So you need to pass 2 arguments, buffer size and count.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Where can I find the assignment questions you just told?
Oh, sorry. It's in the PDF if you open the presentation.
Presentation. It's in the general chat.
In the general, somebody has posted, probably the organizers, in the files, general files, parallel programming models.
Ma'am, I finished the first assignment. What about which one is the second one?
The same thing with MPI, without using MPI reduce.
Okay.
Sorry, I missed this question. There was a question what private thread ID does. So private thread ID, it just means that that thread ID is being now also on the, it's like a a private variable to every thread. So there's a copy of that variable in all the every thread's memory basically. So which means it will not, so whatever it has been declared as private, there is no race condition for that inside the block. Have people completed OpenMP parallel sum using atomic? So you just need one additional statement basically inside the block. Has anyone completed?
I was able to do it, ma'am.
Pardon? You have completed?
Yes, ma'am, I have completed.
Okay. One, that is one. Anyone else?
In that OpenMP one, the number of cores I'm taking as 2, still it is giving me bad termination error.
Could you maybe post your code a little bit in the
The thing that
the
I'm running,
channel?
yes.
Oh, when you're running export of OMP num threads?
No. For MPI run, the
Oh, for
second
MPI code. Okay, second
yes,
one.
second one.
What exactly you are?
I'll
So
just
you also need to specify the two arguments.
two.
If you see
Okay,
the code, there are two
I have
arguments: buffer size and count.
just a minute. I'll just see what's what. Ma'am, just a query. Like in first one, what is the use of the sleep timer that you've used here?
What is the
Sleep timer, the 30, I think 30.
sleep timer was just so that if you wanted to check, using the PS command like I showed on the slide.
So, as I'm executing that MPI run, so like it's, for example, it is printing hello world 4 times. After that, it is not terminating. Why? Is it in infinite loop or
Because there is
something?
a sleep.
Okay, so like for example, I
It
have
will
reduced this.
terminate after the timer is out.
Okay, actually I reduced the timer to 10 seconds. So, for what reason the hello world was printed in same line? Like two were printed in same line.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, okay, this is something that,
Yes, right now the same thing.
yeah. So see, two are printed in the same line is fine, but you may have also seen there will be two new lines somewhere because there is a new line character also. So it's not required that, there are, let's say two processes or four processes. Everybody is sending the output to the same device. Okay, but it is not, so it's the same console. Okay, it is not required. You have not done any kind of, so print is not atomic basically. Okay, you have not done any kind of synchronized or anything to ensure that all these printfs, whatever you have inside the printf, is actually from process 1 it's printed and then entirely, and then from process 2 is printed. That's not necessary.
So
Although
it's
for
like
most cases it does happen that we are able to distinguish what each process prints, but
so ma'am, it's like any like it's not defined that a process will take only one printf statement. It can take any
no, no,
and
no, 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 that's not the point. Every process is printing only once. But where is it printing? It's on the output device, your console. Okay.
Okay.
Process is printing once. You will see 4 hello worlds. If you are using 4 processes, you will definitely see not less, not more, exactly equal to 4 hello worlds. But where, which sequence is being printed, you can say hello, hello, world, world also is possible.
Okay. So
Okay.
while taking the combinations, like means like in a line it is coming. Sometimes it is coming in first line to
That is
hello
what
world.
I'm saying. The print is not atomic. It's not guaranteed that all the characters from your process have reached the output device and only then the other characters from the other process will reach in the same sequence into the output device. Understand?
Okay, ma'am.
This is an IO device, right? This is the console, the output device that you're seeing the printf, the result of your code, right? The execution is happening parallelly or whatever in on all the 4 processes. That is different. That's the execution context. But the result of the execution, the printf, right? What is the result of printf? What does printf do? It sends some data to the output device, right? Everyone is sending. There is no synchronization or anything between all the processes, right? Print is not atomic. Printf is not atomic. So you can see text interposition of text from different processes, although most likely at least it will be distinguishable even if it's in the same line. Mostly it's distinguishable, but yeah, so it's not a good idea always to use printf if you are looking at some serious data from especially if you're like that data is useful to you're going to so that's when you should never use printf to for like an output to your to a file or something. For debugging, example testing, that's fine. Any more questions on that? So your new line, you will find that hello world is in one line, but there is a new line somewhere else. Okay.
Ma'am, can you show the answer for this parallel
Let
sum?
everyone finish. Has everyone finished? Only one person said he has done. How many have done? Is there option to raise hand? If people have done, can you raise your hand? For the OpenMP. Three hands. 4 hands. Okay, so since it's already 15:37, so let's maybe discuss at least before I show the code, right? So what exactly was the problem? I mean, what exactly you needed to do? So those who raised hand, I think Aditya, Nikhil, and was this Rohini? What's your name?
We had to use atomic update to update some global variable total sum and
Exactly.
add them to it.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Simple solution, right? So you can declare a global variable, right? And what you want to do, you want to add up all the individual sums. You want to add it to another variable which is a global variable, which is a shared variable, right? Now, the only problem is you need to do atomically. So you use this hash pragma omp atomic and update that variable. So that update will be atomic, right? And at the end you will see the result outside the scope. Because it's a shared variable, it will be visible outside. Is it clear to the others? What we just discussed?
Ma'am, I'm not able to understand why we can't do it without atomic. Like I declare
We can
some.
do it in, of course, we can do it in very many other different ways. What is your solution? Tell me.
No. I'm just saying, like, why can't we declare a some variable
Oh,
in the
because that's
machine?
so. We just now discussed. I mean, so one of the examples we discussed was shared variable, right? X thread. So
Yeah.
a print state. So global sum equal to global sum plus sum is not a. It's not one statement, right? It's a series of assembly instructions, correct? So you can get into race conditions, right?
I'm not able to understand how race conditions are affecting
Oh,
here.
okay. So see, okay, let's just take an example of, let's say A equal to B plus C. Okay, what actually will happen in the assembly languages? B will be stored into some register, C will be in some register. You will add some two registers, and then you will store the register. First you will load from memory location, then you will do addition, which is a computation, and then you will store, and so on. So basically the point is, a C statement, even if it's a single statement, it will be broken into a number of statements, right, in the assembly language. So you can get context switch anywhere. Hmm? And
Okay.
remember, we are looking into shared variable. You are sharing this variable, right, from the same memory location. So if you have partially updated the variable, or you have read the, the old sum, and now somebody else has also read the old sum, and it has updated it, but now you have gone and updated it again because you have read the old sum, not the new sum, right? What
Yes.
what should happen is everyone's update should be visible to everyone, but that may not be the case because of this um, uncertainty in the instruction execution order. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now the rest of you can go ahead and complete this OMP atomic.
Ma'am, while using MPI run, why do we always get the same final sum?
Same what? Same pattern?
Same final sum. Like if even if
Oh,
I'm
why
randomly initializing,
why should you
I'm
not
not
get the
sure.
same final sum? What do you mean actually? So you are saying that, oh, you are
So in one run I'm getting
initializing randomly.
143, in the next one also I'm getting 143. Like irrespective of how many times I run, I'm getting 143 as a total sum.
Okay, no, hold on. So you're saying that you have initialized randomly and that's why you expect a different sum?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the
Yeah.
seed may be the same, right? How have you initialized randomly? If you're using the same seed, the sequence is same, right? There's only a
Uh,
pseudo random generator.
I've not used any seed, ma'am. I've just used what you had given previously for the other one. So the OpenMP one is generating some random numbers. Here it seems like the sum seems to be constant.
Let me check 1 second. Have you checked the individual array like values? What are you initializing to? So I don't know what exactly is your code. Um,
I'll do
here,
that now, ma'am.
hmm,
Yes, ma'am. It generates the same number every time.
Right. So checking the OpenMP one. Are you getting different numbers in the OpenMP case?
Yes, ma'am. I'm getting different number in the OpenMP case.
Right. Yeah. Um, so in MPI, if you can tell me a little bit about the code. So the initialization part is same, you're saying. For I equal to 0 to n or something, you have xi equal to rand %10.
Yep.
And xi is always the same.
Yeah, for the MPI one. But so the OMP one, I'm running it using / instead of MPI run. So
Yeah,
would
yeah.
that be
No. So that's not the issue. Just trying to understand why would so because we are initializing with time, it's supposed to pick up a different seed every time. Just trying this. So I am not getting the same sum. I have not printed the values, but I am printing the global sum. But I'm getting a different sum every time.
Ma'am, I've sent you the code which I'm using.
Okay, I'll take a look. So, what about the others? Have you reached MPI? So everyone should have completed OpenMP by now. OpenMP sum. Is that done? What is the expected speed up is very subjective to your system. How much are you getting? Those who have done, what is the speed up you're getting until how many threads? See, Rohin, I think you raised your hand. How much speed up are you getting?
For 4 threads, I got 15 times speed up. Seems too much.
For 4 threads, you got 15 times speed up? No.
Yes, ma'am. It's
No.
too much.
How are you calculating speed up?
Time taken
No,
by 1
yeah,
divided by the time.
Yeah, but time taken, how are you calculating time taken? Are you using OMP get time or using time command?
No, ma'am. OMP get time.
OMP time, okay. And where have you initialized? I mean, where is your timer starting and ending? Before the parallel thread region?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Like before entering the
Block and after
directive, like
exiting the block.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what is the time with one thread that you're getting?
With 1 thread. Okay, I'll have to see, ma'am. Give me a minute.
Mhm.
Ma'am, with 1 thread, the speed up is like very small. So
No,
like
we will calculate the speed up in a minute. Tell me the time taken.
for 1 thread and size is 10, I got 0.000073.
0.0000073. You mean 73 milliseconds. 0.073 milliseconds. There are 4 zeros and then 73.
Oh, yes, ma'am. 4 zeros and 7.
Okay, 73 microseconds. And what is the size of the array you're using? Too small.
It's a
10.
small.
Can you try a little bigger? Say 100
Okay, sure.
or 1000.
For a single thread, I'm still getting a very small number.
That's okay. What's the number?
0.4 zeros and then 7.2.
This
The
is
buffer
using.
size I've
Oh,
given us.
y-
This is
hold on.
without atomic.
The array number of elements in the array is 1,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure? I think there'll be little slight increase. If 10 versus 1,000, we will see slight increase, at least with one thread.
With 10,000, it increased. With 10,000, it has increased to 0.3 zeros and 143.
Okay, so let's do with 10,000. 3 zeros and
143.
143. Okay, so 143 microsecond, and do with 2 threads. So Aditya, I saw your code. You have not used the srand command. Can you try the srand function before the initialization loop?
Okay. I'll try that out now.
Ma'am, it became worse. Like it's now 0.3 zeros and 414.
Right, it's possible. So how did you calculate
Yes,
15? The speed up is time taken on one thread divided by time taken on X threads. That is the speed up.
ma'am, but like okay, so what
So
about adding atomic?
try with 10 power 10, 10 power 9 or something.
And now I'm getting different values.
Yeah. So the random generator needs to be initialized with different seeds basically. Okay. Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
what was the question about atomic? What, So Vishwesh is here, so shall we start discussion session?
Yes, we can start if there are any questions.